Hello and welcome to Mindful Mondays. Before the world rushes you into reaction, choose reflection. I'm the Rainmaker. Picture a traveler who sets out with a full heart. Bags packed, route memorized, steps purposeful. Everything about them signals readiness, and yet, quietly tucked beneath that confidence, there is a problem. The map in their hands were never drawn for their destination. That is how a great many souls move through life. Occupied, striving, often admirable to watch, and yet walking past that were charted by someone else's hand towards horizons that belong to someone else's dream. We call these borrowed maps. A borrowed map is any life design you did not freely choose. It may have arrived through the quiet weight of family expectation, the loud consensus of culture, the narrow corridors of schooling, or the curated perfection of other people's highlight reels. Religion misread, peers followed out of fear, society's tidy checklist of what a worthy life must contain. It whispers, earn this amount, live in that place, marry by this season, build this house, wear this face, be praised by these people. And because the whisper is constant, we often mistake it for our own inner voice. Some of us follow these maps for years before pausing to ask the one honest question: is this truly where I was meant to go? There's nothing wrong with learning from those who have walked before you. Wisdom travels through people, and gratitude is owed to every guide who lit a portion of your road. But there's a difference between guidance and replacement. When another person's vision substitutes for your own reflection, even the finest advice becomes a gentle trap. Because success that is severed from your own values does not feel like arrival. It feels like a beautiful gilded room with no door. You can collect the applause, earn the credentials, receive the congratulations, and still feel a strange hollowness at the center of it all. You can be celebrated for becoming someone you never in your quietest moments actually wished to be. That's why the inner life deserves tending. Not the loud, performed kind of self-knowledge, the kind that announces itself on stages, the quiet kind. The kind that sits with you in the early morning and asks without judgment, what do I truly hold dear? What breathes meaning into my days? And what peace am I willing to protect, even at a cost? Am I walking with a genuine conviction or in fear of another person's opinion? Many weary people are not tired from lack of strength. They're tired because they have been carrying aspirations that were never theirs to carry. The soul has a quiet wisdom. It resists what the ego keeps insisting upon. You may be productive and still be adrift, respected and still feel like a stranger in your own life. That is the hidden cost of borrowed maps. They can make you look like you are advancing while taking you further from the life your nature was built for. But here's what the sages have always known. You are allowed to stop. You're allowed to put the map down, look around, ask whether the road beneath your feet leads somewhere true. Changing direction is not a confession of failure. It is often the first real act of maturity. And maturity is not always about moving faster. Sometimes it's the courage to just stay and say, this road, however far I have walked, is no longer mine. A map is only useful when it honors the terrain. And your terrain is singular. Your gifts, your wounds, your faith, your doubts, your season of life, your particular calling, the responsibilities that you carry, and the ones you're still growing into. No one outside of you can draw that map in full. Let people advise you by all means. Let mentors illuminate the path for you. Let loved ones walk beside you. Receive all of it with an open hand and heart. But understand that one day you will stand alone with a life you have built, and you must be able to recognize it as your own. So this week I invite you to review the map, not with shame, but with a calm honesty of someone who loves themselves enough to tell themselves the truth. Look at what you have been building and ask, is this mine? Does this still fit into who I am becoming? Am I choosing purpose or performing an idea of success? If the answers make you uneasy, please do not panic. Discomfort is often the first sign that your inner compass is remembering itself. So before another week carries you forward, pause. Check the map. Make sure the destination is not merely impressive. Make sure it is true. For real success is not reaching the summit someone else pointed to. It is arriving at the place your own convictions have been pointing towards all along. So, until next Monday, have a fruitful week. Go forward. Make rain.